King of Sports, brought to you by TJ's Wholesale Melrose, Sports and Games, Sewing World, Barbados Turf Club, Brewster's Trust, Avis Pharmacy, Steakhouse and Pizza Hut, Ultra, Mandela Plaza, King of Sports.
Andi Thornhill.
Well, recently we heard of two coaches from the Brewster Trust going off to Arsenal in England, Tamisha Marshall and Ronaldo Hunt. What we didn't know was that two more went before them, Kirk Corbin and Tito Beckles. Well, they're back. Of course, they want to talk about their experience, and we are willing to hear. Kirk, first of all, what did the experience mean to you going to a big club such as Arsenal?
Well, it was totally eye-opening for two regular guys to get to see how a professional club is run. Just being in the atmosphere of a Premiership game, it was. I would say that was one of the most fantastic experiences I've ever had in my life.
Awesome. Were you overawed?
Yes, I was. Pretty much. Just getting to watch how a professional team warms up. The whole atmosphere in the stadium, the fans chanting, everything. It was fantastic.
Okay, before we get back to you, Tito, what was it like for you actually being in that environment?
Well, the experience was wonderful, and being in the atmosphere, coming from Barbados, and then seeing the style of football that is played in England, it was really an eye-opener. And like the simple things that they do, that we do over here, some guys think that it's not necessary, but they do it repeatedly, and it shows in the game. And over here, the football flows really fast, and over there, it's just like take the time and do what they have to do. And there's no blasphemy from the coach or the fans, and it was just fun.
Simplicity then seemed to be the key in terms of the way you approach your football.
Right.
You have the ball, the man's in front of you, you pass it to him, and then you position yourself to receive the pass.
Right, and there was also something that Arsene Wenger himself passed on. He said, once you want to make good footballers, you better use the ball. Like the pianist, if you want a good pianist, you don't make them run laps around the piano, you make them play the piano. So over there, they just constantly use the ball over and over and over to get a good feel of the ball.
Arsene Wenger, of course, one of those coaches that people feel should get the boot from Arsenal. He just saves them money but doesn't win any trophies. What were your impressions of the way he handled things at Arsenal?
Well, he is pretty much in control. The fans adore him, they respect him, and in our tour of the stadium of the Emirates, we really got to see his influence on even things like the way the stadium is built. He had a say in the way certain things were done. So it's very hard to get rid of that influence right now. So I don't see him going anywhere soon.
Okay, in terms of what you learned from being there for what? Was it 2 weeks or so?
A month.
For a month. What was the main thing that you think you learned that you can apply to coaching local people?
Well, I must say, first of all, we were able to get our FA Level 1 coaching badges.
Yeah, congratulations.
Right, thank you very much. So, as I said, coming from Barbados, in order for us to get an opportunity like that, we have to pay lots of money. So, once again, thanks to Axel and the Brewster's Trust for investing in us. Taking in all the information from our instructors. We're just taking notes, taking pictures, everything. And I think what we will, coming back, it gave us a more professional approach in terms of the way we see the way the game should be played.
Okay, Tito, I guess the same things, same routines, same processes that Kirk would have gone through, you would have gone through as well. How do you intend now to use this knowledge for your local charges?
Well, for right now, I'm over at Kickstart, the youth team, so we'll just try to reiterate them with the youngsters that I coach at all the levels, and just try to expand from there and develop as a coach, because every day as a coach is a learning process. So we'll just take that and try to let them move on.
So what impressed you most, and which area did you think you grew most in since you went there for the month?
Honestly, for the month, it opened my eyes to child safety and first aid, because you're dealing with a lot of youngsters, and you usually get knocks and cuts and stuff, and it's learn to be open-minded, always be approachable by youngsters. Don't always be like somebody be shouting at the youngsters. Look, somebody that they could come to, approach, talk about anything before practice, after practice and stuff like that. So it just teach me to be like a more open-minded person and learn to take things from sort of youngsters, no matter which background they come from. Just treat everybody equally.